Chapter 1. Opening the Stone. Library. You stand at the canyon's rim, heart alight with wonder. Each layer beckons like a page in a timeless book. Wind carries whispers from ancient seas far below. Here begins your quiet journey through Earth's memory. What stories will the stones reveal next? In the velvety cover of night, beneath a sky scattered with starlight, you find yourself drawn to the edge of a great canyon. The air is crisp and cool as it brushes your skin, stirring the scent of pine and distant waters. You feel the weight of the world in the silence, the kind that invites exploration, that speaks to something ancient and enduring. As your eyes sweep over the vast chasm, you trace the layers etched in the canyon walls, painted in hues of amber and rust, each one a story written in stone. With every breath, you inhale time itself. Here, the earth has opened a window into its own soul, revealing secrets held for countless eons. The rocks before you are not mere minerals, but chapters in the grand autobiography of the planet. They speak of epochs when seas washed over these lands long before our presence was even imagined. Imagine, if you will, the waves that once caressed these rocks, leaving behind whispers embedded in their grains. Standing at this precipice, you feel a sense of reverence, as if entering a grand library where every stone has a tale to tell. You consider how the earth chronicles its long history, each stratum a leaf in this vast tome. Through gentle accumulation, the sediment layers built upon one another, compacted and transformed by heat, pressure, and time. The alchemists that forge beauty from the quiet chaos of nature. As your fingers trace the air along the canyon's face, the wind seems to carry tales of creatures long extinct, their echoes still lingering in the petrified footprints and fossilized remains. In this place, life and time are interconnected, caught in a perpetual dance of creation and dissolution. The ancients who once roamed these lands left their imprints that remain etched for us to rediscover. Their lives a silent testament to the interconnected web of existence. This sacred space gently reveals how the living earth has the power to evolve and endure through millennia. A paradox emerges here. A world so changeable, yet astoundingly steadfast. You feel the planet's slow, rhythmic breath beneath your feet. A reminder that change, too, can be beautiful, even when nearly imperceptible. The shadows cast by the rising moon begin to transform the canyon's visage, illuminating new facets you hadn't noticed before. It's as if the canyon itself inhales, expanding to offer even more stories, beckoning you deeper into its mystery. Your heart beats quietly in time with this cosmic rhythm, unified with the tale of everything that was, is, and will be etched into this ancient rock. In the gentle embrace of night, the whispers of the earth echo a singular truth, that the world you stand upon is alive with memory and potential. You listen, not just with ears, but with every fiber of your being, enveloped in the tales of transformation and endurance. Here at the rim, you are not merely an observer, but a participant in this timeless narrative. As you take a step forward, whether in thought or motion, you know that the journey through this stone library has only just begun. The deeper stories lie waiting, deeply embedded within each layer, each telling a different chapter of Earth's ongoing saga. And as you prepare to turn the page, you ponder. What lessons lie ahead in the epochs yet to be explored? Chapter 2. A river's penmanship. The water whispers as it moves, composing a liquid sonnet across time. Each droplet serves as both the ink and composer, carving a story with meticulous grace. In the chasm below, The Colorado River etches its poetry upon the world, its current a timeless quill scribbling in fluid strokes. The river's tale unfurls along the canyon, each new curve a testament to patience and persistence, a symphony of geology and hydrology in orchestrated harmony. The canyon spreads vast and quiet, a sanctuary where stone and stream engage in eternal dialogue. Soft, worn edges cradle the river, like pages curved by a reader's touch. Standing by its banks, you sense the texture of time, smooth, like polished marble, yet deeply furrowed as if aged in wisdom. Water rushes over stones with a subtle melody, a chorus that has sung for centuries, each note a tribute to endurance. As your eyes follow the river's path, you see how it sculpts the world with gentle diligence. Smooth ledges and sweeping arcs replace jagged cliffs and rugged facades, illustrating the artistry of erosion. The curvature of the canyon is the river's calligraphy, a flowing script that needs no translation to speak of change. Earth's grand narrative unfolds in these flowing lines, each ripple a sentence in a story that binds past to present, reality to reverie. The river teaches you that patience is a force, subtle yet profound. Drop by drop it carves through rock, demonstrating that even the mightiest stone dreams of transformation under the persistent touch of water. As you watch, you realize that the river writes not with haste, but with purpose, each sweep of current a deliberate craft. It is a lesson in meditation, in finding balance between action and stillness, movement and rest. The harmony of water and rock reverberates through your being, inviting contemplation. You notice how the river holds its secrets lightly, a master storyteller that shapes landscapes and imaginations alike. Its gentle insistence inspires awe, urging you to ponder your narrative, the mark you leave in the world's unfolding history. The river's flow suggests a beautifully etched atlas of time, a map without borders capturing the essence of unity between nature's elements. You feel the rhythm of the water, how it molds its surroundings with quiet persistence. Each ripple suggests an infinite future, a promise spoken softly to the stones. You dwell on how these silken movements influence life's symphony, each note contributing to a larger opus. The river embodies the passage of moments, where water and rock harmonize and coalesce in continuous rebirth. As dusk settles, shadows mingle with the water's soft sheen, turning it into a ribbon of stars. The river's penmanship unfurls against twilight, a celestial script glowing faintly. You wonder about the new word the river will compose tonight, how it will capture the essence of dreams woven into water. Pondering the perpetuity of this gentle force, your thoughts drift toward the celestial. In the night's embrace, you let the river's rhythm guide you forward, inviting exploration of the heavens beyond, where cosmic streams illuminate new mysteries to unravel. Chapter 3. Sedimentary Whispers. Grains of sand settle like hushed letters on ancient shores. Layer by layer, they stack patiently over eons. Each stratum holds a quiet secret waiting for your touch. You trace their patterns with breath, calm as morning light. Will you hear the softest whisper next? In the gentle embrace of twilight, you find yourself on a tranquil beach, where each step upon the cool, damp sand leaves a momentary imprint before fading into anonymity. The waves, their edges ruffled by the soft breeze, recede with a melodic sigh, echoing a tale as old as time itself. Here, the shore is a library of histories, where each grain of sand holds stories written by the world. You imagine the journey of a single grain, perhaps once part of a towering mountain or a faraway desert dune. Carried by wind, river, or time itself, These grains traverse vast distances, finding final repose in the quiet caress of the shoreline. Beneath the sand, invisible to the mere passerby, layers of sediment slumber, archive-like, beneath the sea's tender lullaby. These layers, distinct yet fluid, capture fragments of epochs gone by. Their thickness tells tales of storms long past, while the finest, gentlest lines whisper of peaceful seasons, echoing a balance that nature eternally seeks. Your fingers skim the surface, and in that touch, the Earth's memory awakens. Threaded within these tiny particles are whispers of continents moving, mountains eroding, and life blossoming in perpetual cycles. Each layer a testament to patience, each a witness to forces immense yet unseen. In these sedimentary structures lies a gentle power, an abiding testament to nature's slow, deliberate artistry. Close your eyes and listen deeply. Let imagination be your guide. Beyond the tangible lies the essence of time itself, layers unfolding like a book, each chapter contributing to the sedimentary epic penned by nature. Through this lens, you see erosion as not merely destruction, but transformation, a creative force molding land and sea. You sense the wisdom embedded in this granulated script, each stratum a page, every grain a letter, composing narratives of ancient seas pulling away to reveal new lands. These transformations, though slow compared to human standards, are time's own rhythm, a steady beat in the grand symphony of Earth's evolution. As night deepens, the sedative effect of this natural tapestry gently pulls you further into reflection. The continuity of sediment layering is a reminder of resilience and constancy. You admire how life adapts, sculpting and shaped by these layers. With each cycle, life finds a way, always connecting past and future through the present moment. The grains beneath your touch are soft, yet speak volumes. Their tiny voices rise together into a chorus, recounting the interconnectedness of all things on this planet. Here, you feel the calm assurance that even the most fragmented moments eventually give rise to new forms, new stories waiting to be told. You breathe in deeply, inhaling the ocean air, blended with the subtle fragrance of earth. Your exhale feels like the wind sweeping across the sands, carrying stories across time and space. In this cycle of in-breath and out-breath, you find a meditative calm, where you are both observer and participant in nature's endless dialogue. As the tide ebbs and flows, you ponder the sand's ability to absorb and release energy, catching moonlight and starlight alike. Soft winds cross your skin, reminiscent of whispers shared between friends. You hear the grains asking questions about paths not yet traveled, futures not yet realized. Now, somewhere just beyond perception, a new dawn begins its journey towards you. The air is charged with anticipation, a prelude to another chapter waiting to unfold. The quiet mystery of sedimentary whispers echoes in your mind as you ponder the next hidden layer waiting to be uncovered. What stories will the earth tell? What gentle secrets still rest beneath the surface, waiting for their chance to drift softly into your dreams? Chapter 4. Limestone's secret chorus. Fossils murmur in calcium walls, voices from vanished seas. Shells and corals harmonize in delicate hidden caverns. Your fingertips catch echoes of ancient reef symphonies. The stone walls hold melodies older than memory. What melody will the rocks sing now? Within the twilight of the earth's knowing embrace, you find yourself drawn to a limestone cliff, its surface a quiet testament of time's artistry. Smooth and steady, the chalky walls cradle secrets of the ocean's lullaby, fossils whispering their names in a language older than words. These ancient reefs, once brimming with vibrancy beneath sunlit waters, now rest in the consoling twilight of mineral sleep. In the gentle strokes of your fingertips against the stone, the centuries unravel like a forgotten song, woven from fragments of brilliance left by creatures that danced through primordial seas. The limestone, cool to your touch, invites you to listen deeper, to sense rhythms undisturbed by the passage of time. Glimmering shells, transforming into marbled texts of nature's poetry, tell stories of their journey, an intricate tapestry stitched with the patience of millennia. Coral forms, intricate and delicate, like tiny cathedrals of calcium, rise within the rock. Each curve, each arch speaks of lives once filled with light and motion, now immortalized as silent hymns encoded in stone. As you trace their contours, you sense a subtle rise and fall, a symphony conducted by an unseen hand. The cliffs hauntingly echo with the choir of creatures whose lives orchestrated an ancient concert beneath warm blue waves, each note captured and fossilized in repose. The soundless chorus of these fossil fragments reaches out across epochs, bridging the gap between what was once alive and what now remains. Such is the language of limestone, etched with life's quiet perseverance, where time cascades like gentle rain, shaping the music of stones. The rise and fall of these hidden cadences remind you of the ocean's breath, the inhalation and exhalation of tides sculpting vast underwater sculptures. These stone walls are a ledger, a book open to those who pause to read, to listen with more than their ears, to engage with their heart, where stone turns into story and silence into sonnet. You stand entranced, feeling the echo of waves long past, the echoes that permeate the air with tenderly persistent insistence. Here, within these comforting calcium cradles, lived worlds unto themselves, communities thriving in the geometry of growth. Each fossil is a note in a grand composition, all harmonizing in a celestial hymn that resonates across time's vast, unending expanse. It is a message carried forth by wind and water, a melody preserved in the bones of the earth, offering wisdom to the present day. This contemplative encounter with the harmonies of limestone invites reflection upon the continuity of life, of how all things intertwine in perpetual dance. Gazing at these testamentary rocks, you ponder the inevitable transformations that nature undergoes, where life and time meet in the crucible of rock. Through these echoes, you wonder at the stories still untold, the songs yet unsung, buried deeply within the quiet patience of the earth. The silence, like a gentle hand, caresses your thoughts as you envision the chorus of life contained within the unyielding stone. These echoes of existence speak softly, suggesting a legacy that endures beyond the seas that once roared above them. And as the day quietly slips into night, embraced in the sounds of silence etched deeply into each ridge and crevice, you contemplate the melody these rocks could sing now in your time, about your life and the life existing around you. Does the dance continue in a form invisible yet enduring? What new stories are being etched into future cliffs, waiting for distant hands to decipher? In the stirring of ancient whispers within the limestone, deeper questions arise, drawing you into an uncharted territory where silence meets sound and the past meets the infinite. What will the melody become when new hands and hearts learn to listen, unraveling stories yet unwritten? Chapter 5. Fossil Footprints in Time. Traces of creatures long gone rest in silent stone. Each imprint is a gentle reminder of life's passage. You follow their path through shifting spans of time. Their fossilized steps become a dreamscape beneath your mind. Under a sky brushed with the soft hues of twilight, you find yourself on a path woven with whispers of the past. The earth beneath your feet is not just soil, but a tapestry of time, stretching back to an era when the air was thick with the breath of ancient forests, and the ground teemed with creatures now only found in dreams. Each step leads you further back, your senses filling with the echoes of a world no longer present, yet still palpable in the fossilized remnants scattered around. The rocks flanking your path hold stories etched with the delicacy of lace, fragile yet enduring. These are not merely stones, they are tablets of time, bearing the weight of epochs, each layer a page in the history of Earth, written in the language of geology. With every footprint preserved in stone, you see the dance of existence, a dance that skipped and scurried across prehistoric plains, through forests primeval, beneath skies that have long since changed their hues. You kneel to brush the dust from an ancient footprint, and as your fingers trace its contours, you feel the cool stone pulse with silent narratives. This place, a bridge linking the present to distant ages, holds a map not just of geography, but of life itself. Fossils, like footnotes left by time's authors, guide you along paths set centuries before your arrival. They speak of creatures that once roamed, a lizard-like behemoth, whose stride was both ponderous and majestic, a bird with wings like whispers, who graced the sky with its delicate flight. In your journey across this stone-bound saga, you become both reader and explorer, deciphering tales of survival, adaptation, and eventual silence. With every fossilized impression beneath your feet, you sense the subtle persistence of life, its ability to leave marks, however fleeting, in the vast ledger of earthly existence. This connects you to a lineage not just of biological inheritance, but of cosmic wonder, a lineage that flows from the simplest life forms to the intricate consciousness that allows you to ponder their ancient journey. Time, as it stretches back, becomes circular rather than linear. Here, among stones that whisper of primordial seas and winds that murmured over nascent hills, you understand the cyclic nature of existence, the rise and fall, growth and decay, the eternal return to origins that are ever renewed and reimagined. Your gaze lifts from the stone paths, drawn upwards to the sky above, where the stars begin to emerge, twinkling sentinels of time's passage. Each fossil you pass seems to come alive, imbued with the colors and sensations of a world it briefly inhabited. It paints a picture in your mind's eye, a landscape of long-forgotten sounds and sights. The call of creatures, vibrant foliage shifting under ancient suns, the gentle push and pull of primordial tides. You walk alongside these memories, wrapping them around you like a soft cloak against the chill of the present. In this journey through time, each step you take gently lands on epochs that have slipped away, but remain like dreams etched in the stone beneath you. The footprints, now set in their mineral embrace, guide you, holding your curiosity tenderly as you wonder about the beings they once sheltered, the wonders of their world, and the mysteries they enfolded. Closing your eyes, you can imagine the lush world that unfolded before these ancient beings as vividly as dawn's first light. You feel the earth's slow breath, skies painted with first bird's flight, and the whispering leaves of towering trees. You inherit this world not as a fleeting visitor, but as a steward, with fossils as your map of connection, understanding, and reverence. These footprints recall a past that remains unbroken at its core, serving as gentle guides to your perception of time as a continuum rather than a succession. You walk forward, footsteps aligning with those of creatures past, each step an act of homage to the grandeur of life's enduring web. What stories wait to be uncovered beneath each new turning of the earth? What reflections of your own future hide within the mottled sands of deep time? As you ponder these questions, the path turns gentle beneath you, a silent promise carrying you toward the horizon of understanding yet to be reached. Whispering to yourself, you acknowledge the continuity in each stone-held memory, feeling the connection resonating deeply within. Just as the paths of ancient beings have led you through this narrative, your own journey beckons you toward new discoveries and an endless tapestry of life sewn through the ages. If stones could speak audibly, you believe they would simply invite you to listen to the pulse of existence, the song of stars, and the echoing breeze of tomorrow. As these thoughts knit themselves effortlessly into the fabric of your own consciousness, you wonder, where do these ancient tracks in time lead you next? Chapter 6. Granite Heartbeats. Deep beneath, molten rock cooled into stubborn granite. Its solid pulse resonates with Earth's molten core. You feel the heartbeat of time under your very fingertips. Millions of years compress into a steady, ancient thrum. What secret rhythm awaits in the depths? Beneath your feet lies a realm where patience and strength are woven into the very fabric of the earth. Here, time has transformed liquid fire into the cool, unyielding embrace of granite. Imagine yourself softly cradled by the rolling hills and mountains, each one a monument to the eons they have witnessed. As you touch the stone, a gentle warmth seeps into your palm, whispering tales of its fiery beginning. When Earth was young and wild, all molten rivers and roaring skies. Granite, with its speckled tapestry of crystals, is born from the slowdown of chaos. Picture the molten rock, aglow from within, slowly cooling and hardening, its volatile energy tempered by patience. This process, stretching beyond human comprehension, occurs in the depths, where pressures are immense, forcing the liquid rock to submit, to slow and to crystallize into something permanent and profound. Beneath your touch, the stone pulses softly, syncopated with the heartbeat of the planet. Each pulse a reminder of the unseen connection, an intimate bond with the dynamic core below. The granite's surface is uneven, a map of minerals locked together like stars in a frozen galaxy. Your mind quiets as you trace the gentle undulations, and time seems to slow to the tempo of those distant, rhythmic beats. The granite is more than just stone. It is a record keeper. Within its crystalline framework lies a history written by the immense pressures and temperatures of the deep earth, encapsulating whispers from the crust of a planet constantly reinventing itself. This rock, so seemingly unmovable, has withstood the march of ages, morning after morning, season upon season, unyielding against the feathery brush of time. As you embrace this continuity, feel the legacy of Earth's quiet heartbeats echo through your fingertips. Remember that life, too, is a composition of rhythms. We live in the interplay of forces that dance between chaos and stasis, growth and steady foundation. Contemplate how even the smallest choices ripple through the vast expanse of time, much like the granite catching tiny fragments of light, creating sparkles in the gentle candlelit dusk. Granite's secret strength lies not in its might alone, but in its witness to the power of gradual change. It demonstrates that transformation does not always roar like wildfire. Sometimes it whispers softly, like molten flows cueing to sleep. Hold this in your heart. Enduring transformation emerges from the deepest sources, the places wrestled out of sight, turning fiery magma into the quiet dignity of stone. And so, in this quiet moment of reflection, beneath the dance of starlight and the crescent moon rising in her careful expanse, the granite poses a question through its serene persistence. What rhythm, gentle pilgrim, might you attune to next? As you ponder this, a softer, deeper murmur calls songs from the hidden depths of the ocean. Chapter 7. Erosion's Gentle Dance. Wind and water twirl across the canyon's grand face. Soft choreography unfolds over countless millennia. You witness each graceful turn, each patient step. Time's delicate ballet sculpts every cliff and curve. What dance move comes next? With the first whisper of a breeze, you find yourself at the edge of a vast canyon, where the wind and water engage in an ancient, ceaseless dance. Their footfalls are soft, almost imperceptible, yet across eons, they have carved deep, sweeping arcs into the Earth's surface. The rocks wear scars of past encounters, lines and curves etched by elements that seem impossibly gentle, and yet they shape the world with profound patience. As you watch, the wind picks up grains of sand as though selecting a partner, lifting them into a delicate airborne pirouette. The sand moves effortlessly, each particle floating, spinning in time with the breath of the earth. This intangible sculpture unfolds above the canyon, a visible yet ever-shifting reminder of nature's quiet artistry. Water, the silent companion to the air, flows through the heart of the canyon, mirroring the sky's infinite blues. Each droplet, a note in an endless melody, traces a path that reshapes the land, smoothing edges and deepening shadows. It whispers sweet secrets to the rock, enveloping it in soft, flowing gestures. The river does not hurry. It takes its time, reveling in the soft embrace of the stone as it carves new stories into the canyon walls. In the interplay of these elements, every visible plateau tells tales of the past. Layers of earth, sediment upon sediment, narrate the slow passage of time, the slow transformation from rugged youth to graceful maturity. You can almost hear their whispers, the voices of ancient seas long withdrawn, who once ruled here and left behind remnants of their reign. The erosive dance is not one of destruction, but transformation. It is evolution whispered into the bones of the earth. Mountains bow and valleys deepen, but none of it feels rushed. Each movement is calculated, assured. The dance pauses for no one. It continues in harmonious perpetuity, spiraling through time as stars are born and die above. Yet what remains entrancing is not just the grandeur of the vista, but the perpetuity of time's influence. Every grain of sand, every droplet of water, has played a part, knowingly or unknowingly, in the creation of this natural mosaic. The canyon, with its sculpted contours, stands testament to this gradual symphony, to the beauty achieved not in haste, but in the serene, rhythmic pace of eternity. As the sun descends, cloaking the canyon in a warm, golden embrace, it leaves behind shadows that stretch like dancers preparing for another performance. The same stage for millennia, yet the choreography is ever changing, ever evolving. In the hushed pinks of twilight, you feel time's embrace, infinite in its span, yet intimately connected to each moment. Standing upon this edge, you find yourself wondering about the dance to come. Each movement brings anticipation of the next, a new step in the dance whose beauty lies not in knowing, but in the gentle discovery. Is the next chapter of this geology writ large in another curve, another angle? You feel the canyon's breath in the evening air, a soft sigh that asks without speaking, what gentle change will tomorrow bring? Chapter 8. Chromatic Conversations. Reds, oranges, and purples whisper like old friends. Colors speak of iron, manganese, and shifting climates. You inhale the spectrum of time's living palette. Each hue tells a silent story of Earth's changing heart. Which shade will reveal its tale now? The day's light fades gently as the sun finds its familiar bed behind the horizon. The sky blazes with oranges and reds so vivid they seem to flow into the atmosphere itself. It is a nightly routine, yet each rendition feels unique. Nature painting anew on the same eternal canvas. You pause, allowing your eyes to settle, your thoughts to drift like a gentle tide, attuned to the whispers of color that fill the space around you. In these shifting hues, every shade speaks an old language of elements and epochs. The reds, bold and fiery, embody the story of iron, a quiet but relentless presence in the earth's soil and your own blood. Here, iron spins tales of ancient supernovae that once shattered silence with light, scattering this essential mineral across the vastness, embedding it into planets and later into life itself. With each deepening layer of the sunset's glow, you trace iron's journey from the heart of a star to its resting places across the earth. Imagine the crimson of an autumn leaf alter to the slow dance of decomposition that returns iron to the soil, a testament of time within the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It's a chromatic conversation written in the earth's own poetry, narrated in the quiet connections between iron and every vibrant red. Shift your focus now towards the warm embrace of orange, a color that breathes with the gentle yet persistent presence of water. Manganese, a key to unlocking the tales of ancient waters, intertwines its voice with orange, narrating stories through its rich accents. It recalls epochs when oceans were painted by life, alive with tiny architects of limestone and coral, each whispering a secret held in seashells and fossils. You feel the orange hues caress your mind, urging you to wander castaways of imagination into marine realms beneath rustling blue waters. Here, manganese reveals its role in shaping ecosystems, nourishing the tiniest oceanic life forms, those invisible bearers of the planet's breath. Every soft-spoken wave tells of how manganese once wore the hues of old oceans, framing their very composition, a silent witness to transformations past and those yet to come. The purples arrive as the twilight deepens, a serene, velvet blanket drawn across the sky. The colors shift gently, arriving almost like an afterthought from the transition of the day. They seem to cradle deeper meanings, veiled meditations of nature's canvas. Purples speak of transitions, of the twilight moment between day and night, inviting your soul to consider the delicate balance of all things. In these colors, conditions, and climates blend into a spectrum of whispered histories. Purples hold wisdom, evoking manganese's propensity to converse with oxygen, an atmospheric tale woven slowly over millennia. You see landscapes tinted in shades of dusk, lavender shadows stretching across the fields, reflecting this balance and bearing the weight of unseen interactions within our planet's blanket of air. Each hue, a fragment of the Earth's constant conversation, intertwines science and art. They invite you to listen, not just with your eyes, but with your heart, a reminder that knowledge and emotion are interlaced threads in the tapestry of understanding. As you draw a deep breath, inhaling the coolness of the night air, mingled with the day's retained warmth, you feel the color's essence blending into the present moment. This spectrum of whispers cradles stories old and emerging, as dusk turns slowly to night. Each shade, with its vivid tale, quietly encourages a tender curiosity. You find yourself gently pondering in the seamless transition that nature provides, what other mysteries the night holds. With soul receptive to stories untold, the colors begin to fade into soft, welcoming darkness. You wonder which whispers of night will lead you onwards into Chapter 9. Shale's Soft Murmur. Thin layers of mudstone rest in hushed repose. Their fine lines record calm days from ages past. You press your ear against the gentle surface. A subtle murmur rises from each fragile stratum. What tranquil secret will it share next? Whispering through the quietude, the shale's soft murmur reaches your senses with a serene embrace. Each layer, delicate and patient, holds the peaceful testament of ancient streams and still waters, encapsulating the gentle stirrings of Earth's breath over eons. As you focus your thoughts, you feel the subtle pulse of those buried moments, wrapped in the calm persistence of time. Floating through this unfolding narrative, you imagine the quiet formation of shale, time without haste, as tiny particles drift and settle in the cradle of primordial waters, quietly mutable. The mud, so fine and soft, lays itself down in silken sheets, compressing only through the language of time, heard in slow, unheard melodies. Each paper-thin slab stacks upon the last, etching a tranquil story told in the subdued hum of pressured whispers. These delicate layers, recalling quiet rivers and calm deltas, tell stories of serene landscapes where water moved like a slow breath along the land. The layers of shale are like journals of our planet, complete with geological annotations and corrective markings. Every sediment, every gentle fold, speaks of a world that turned in languorous circles under vast skies, inspiring thoughts of meditative glacial strolls upon timeless shores. You press your awareness deeper, connecting with this serene composition, and become aware of the energy locked within, dormant but vibrant with potential, locked within layers, waiting for moments whispered from eternity. The shale cradles oils from ancient life, preserving them like the sense of distant memories. The earth inhales in cycles, forming and unforming, holding secrets that only time and the most subtle of quests may reveal. Sentinel-like, these strata stand as an eloquent reminder of stillness and patience, the unfurled scrolls of a history inscribed in minutes and eras, charcoaled onto the land page by page in every passing eon. You trace their soft spans with your thoughts, feeling the earth's repose molded into fragility. It captivates like the first quiet moments before sleep takes hold. The murmur of shale urges a sense of interconnectedness, as if pulling at the shared threads of existence. You sense the asymmetry of balance, where pressure translates into form and silent strength shapes the world in whispers, weaving a peace that permeates at the deepest level of the senses. The shale meditates quietly beneath the earth. As time trickles down like a gentle rain, you breathe in synchrony with these hidden reflections, feeling richer, calmer, in the presence of this ancient rhythm that is so close to stillness. As the chorus of shale fills your thoughts, layer after layer, the intertwined silence begins to reveal paths that stretch beyond the horizon. You listen closely, waiting for a secret to unfold. As you listen, the flow of time becomes a rippling presence, brushed through by the gentlest whisperings, a hint of shared mysteries waiting in restful layers. The path of these thin stories seems to extend towards a point of discovery, a world with an innate harmony. What other delicate forces will you encounter next in this journey, beneath and beyond the earth? Chapter 10. Roots of Deep Motion. Tectonic plates shift beneath your grounded feet. Their slow, powerful dance uplifts these towering walls. You sense the planet's restless pulse in every rock. Mountains rise, rivers carve, continents wander. What movement stirs in the borderlands of time? Beneath the soft whisper of your feet upon the earth lies an ancient dance, unseen but felt, the tectonic symphony of our planet's restless soul. These colossal plates, vast and hidden, drift upon the molten waves of the mantle, choreographing the eternal waltz of the continents. Imagine, if you will, immense rocky rafts suspended on a sea of fiery liquid stone, nudging and jousting through an ocean of time. Your journey begins with a gentle tremor, a subtle shiver in the bones of the world. But within this hushed quiver is the rumble of epochs, an epic, slow-mo ballet of mass and momentum. Gently, like whispers over eons, these plates collide, pull apart, dance in a profound embrace of creation. As mountains coalesce, pushed skyward by forces invisible yet insurmountable, you sense history etched in every crag and crevice. Feel the rise and thrust of the Himalayan giants, created as the Indian plate converges resolutely with the Eurasian, a tireless testament to the planet's unyielding nature. The peaks, snow-kissed and ancient, stretch toward the heavens, defying gravity, whispering stories of the deep, slow crush of rock upon rock. Contemplate now the valleys, the hollowings and carvings born of relentless patience. Rivers etch their liquid paths across the surface, guided by the lie of the land beneath. They speak an ancient language as they carry stones worn smooth by eons of journey, drifting sediments settling like the words of 1,000 pondered thoughts. In these sculpted landscapes, the earth's restless longing reveals itself. You realize the ground beneath is not as solid as it seems, but a canvas that tells tales of friction and flow through time. Each fissure and fold is a story, every fault line a reminder of the planet's living, breathing pulse. As the plates converge and diverge in endless cycles, they stretch their limbs in patterns that mirror the deeper movement of all existence. A reminder of the intricacies hidden in the simplest of patterns, the smallest of shifts. Through this dance of terrain and tide, you detect a resonant echo of life's ongoing cadence. The Earth's crust is thin, a fragile skin over the planet's tumultuous heart. Much like the surface of an ocean tossed by invisible winds, it holds tales of convulsions and serenity, of creation and destruction locked in a perpetual embrace. With patient exploration, you discern the labyrinthine threads that connect volcanic descents with new life, unfurling in heated, mineral-rich waters. In the stillness of your mind, you imagine the volcanic eruptions, mighty breaths of earth, as thermal expressions of this turbulent undersong. They gift new land, primeval soils teeming with the seeds of transformation. From their fiery cores, life emerges again and again, drawn by heat and mineral sustenance. As you contemplate this great geologic symphony, let your thoughts drift to the awareness that the changes you witness are but a moment in the grand chronicle of deep time. Here, your understanding of motion blurs with your sense of being, as if each step you take resonates with the wisdom of the stones beneath. And yet, even as tectonic rhythms shape the very ground you walk on, you notice how life roots itself to these shifting plains with delicate persistence. Plant roots cradle stones, lichen embrace rock, and even the smallest life forms carve out niches in this ever-moving tapestry. It's a ballet of adaptation, of symbiosis with the rhythm of the Earth's heartbeat. Just as the continents themselves wander, merging and breaking in restless motion, perhaps life, too, is a journey of constant becoming. The quiet pulse of the earth, felt but unsung, echoes with the possibility of transformations both grand and intimate. As your meditation on the roots of motion comes to a soft pause, you find yourself pondering the next step in this voyage of understanding. What other secrets does the earth hold in its deep, slow-moving layers? Does the motion echo in the microcosm as it does in the macro, ever onward, either way, into the endless unfolding of time's embrace? You breathe deeply, sensing the flow beneath your resting place. With curiosity awakened softly, thoughts meandering like rivers, you prepare to explore the life force, microscopic and grand, which interlinks with these invisible motions. Chapter 11. Atoms keep the score. Radioactive isotopes tick like hidden clocks, whispering secrets of time's invisible passage. Their silent decay steadily measures the grand age of ancient canyons carved by nature's patient hand. With ears attuned to the soft echoes of atomic tales, you become the listener of these minute mysteries. Each half-life concludes another chapter, as you ponder the eternal rhythm ticking within every speck of reality. What temporal truths do they guard in their imperceptible dance, these tiny clocks composed of stardust and energy? In the stillness of night, beneath a starred canopy, an unseen orchestra plays a symphony of silent vibrations. Each note, each vibration, a testament to the universal clockwork. The atoms themselves choreograph an intricate ballet of existence. You see them not with your eyes, but with your mind, painting a picture of worlds within worlds. Picture an atom, a minute entity in the corner of the universe, its heart a vibrant nucleus, a swirling dance of protons and neutrons held together by the strongest of forces, the fierce tendrils of the strong nuclear force. Upon this stage, tiny particles emerge and vanish. Neutrinos, like ethereal phantoms, pass through matter unimpeded, unnoticed. They carry with them whispers of the atom's lifespan, tales of the isotope's inevitable journey toward decay. You can almost hear their faint, spectral voices as they weave through the lattice of existence, imparting slivers of time's flow from their ephemeral visitations. Here, the story lies in the slow, methodical decay of radioactive isotopes, uranium, potassium, carbon, each their own ancient clock ticking within rocks, within bones. Their decay is a gradual surrender, a transformation, one half-life at a time. This metamorphosis is both a continuum and a countdown, a magnificent journey from possibility to conclusion. They tick, not with urgency, but with the tender patience of geologic ages. The canyons, those grand scars upon the Earth's skin, serve as the stage for this temporal dance. Eons of silent witnesses etched into stone, recording the passage of years where seconds merge into millennia. It is here that the hidden clocks reveal their secrets. The layers of sediment a palimpsest of primordial history, illuminated by the invisible glow of isotopes. Walking through these ancient corridors is to move through time's mosaic, each step a further dive into epical whispers left by bygone winds. Gently, the elements wrap around you, tracing paths drawn by water and wind, speaking of days when oceans swept the land and tectonic plates groaned in their slow migratory dance. The clock ticks on in rock and bone, each click a serene testimony to elemental endurance, to stars that lived and died eons ago. Be at peace, for in this moment you are not seeking the end, but savoring the continuum. In crystal clarity, it dawns upon you. Time is both a river and an ocean, flowing forward, endless and abiding. It carries in its currents the stories of ancient atoms, which, like you, are voyaging through time. For within these tiny particles sleeps the knowledge of eternity, matched only by your awareness of this serene symphony. As the chapter turns, think of the particles not as mere spectators, but as participants co-weaving the fabric of existence. Their quietly ticking hearts teach patience, endurance, and the celestial rhythm we all share. What deeper melodies await, hidden just beneath the surface of time's vast tranquility? Chapter 12. Mineral Vein versus quartz and calcite thread through rock like whispered poems. Metallic lodes glint with stories of Earth's deep heat. You trace their veins with fingers light as drifting clouds. Each crystal reflects a pulse of molten energy. Which vein will hum a new verse tonight? In the stillness of the night, you find yourself drawn to the heart of the earth, where ancient whispers linger. Imagine holding a chunk of earth in your hands, dense with history, as minerals dance through its depths, each carrying a fragment of the world's story. The quartz and calcite that wind through the stone are like verses written in a forgotten language, waiting to be spoken once more. Underneath the surface, these minerals shimmer with a gentle light, their surfaces reflecting the soft glow of moonlight filtering through the spaces above. Your fingers caress the cool, polished surface of the rock, tracing the swirls and lines with a touch that is feather-light. In the brush of skin against stone, there is a quiet communication, a silent exchange between the temporal and the eternal. As you trace the vein of quartz, clear and brilliant, you feel a pulse, a connection to the forces of nature that shaped these minerals long ago. This rhythm is like an ancient heartbeat, a steady reminder of the Earth's enduring vitality. Deep within, metallic lodes whisper of the great heat that once surged through the planet's veins, forging elements in fiery crucibles. These gleaming threads of ore, nestled among layers of sediment, tell tales of transformation and endurance. Imagine the forces that converged under immense pressure and devotion, weaving stories of metal into the tapestry of Earth. The mineral veins sparkle faintly, their metallic sheen like stars embedded within the stone, inviting you to listen closely to the stories they yearn to tell. Each crystal you encounter is a testament to the geological symphony that orchestrated their form. The facets catch the dim light, flickering with a rainbow of colors that dance and play along their surfaces. You can imagine the journey they have taken, from molten magma deep below to the solid formations that your fingers now explore. Every angle of these crystals holds a secret, a vibration resonating with the symphony of the earth. As you trace these veins, you ponder their silent languages, the stories encapsulated in their very structure. You wonder about the time scale they represent, epochs beyond human measure, where mountains rose and crumbled, oceans shifted, and life adapted to ever-changing conditions. In these mineral verses, there is a quiet wisdom, a patience that extends beyond the rush of daily life. You let your thoughts wander to the future, to the metal yet to be liberated from the earth, waiting patiently in its hidden chambers. Will these veins someday contribute to creations yet undreamt of, in worlds beyond our current conception? Perhaps the very minerals beneath your fingers will one day carry people across starlit skies, or help decode the mysteries of the universe's origins. The possibilities flicker before your mind's eye, each one a dazzling prospect born on the potential of metallic songs still unsung. In this reflective journey, you realize how deeply we are connected to the earth beneath us, dependent upon the minerals that offer themselves as both gifts and guides. Each crystal, each vein, is a vital thread in the fabric of life, an intricate design woven over millennia. This deep connection fosters a sense of gratitude, reminding us of the balance we must maintain, a harmonious relationship between taking and nurturing, discovering yet respecting. And as you gently release the rock, setting it back into its earthen bed, you savor the lasting imprint of this ephemeral moment. Every touch, every look, carved into your memory, holds the promise of discovery, the potential of new verses to be uncovered in the still, quiet moments to come. You feel the air around you still and crisp, a curious stillness that invites wonder. The earth holds its breath as you contemplate its mysteries, eager for the exploration of the chapters yet to unfold. What lies beyond the crystals in faded light? Which unfound treasures whisper within the folds of ancient stone? As your thoughts drift to what the next chapter may reveal, the soft echoes of mineral verses fade into the promise of another journey waiting to begin. Chapter 13. The Aquifer's Lullaby Beneath the Surface of the Earth. Where light fades into shadow and silence becomes profound, the aquifer whispers its ancient lullaby. This is an invisible world, a vast reservoir of memory and motion. Groundwater sighs as it navigates the labyrinthine corridors of the underground, a timeless journey through the depths that few eyes have seen. Hidden chambers open like secret chambers in the earth's heart, where what is above cannot disturb the still and sacred below. Imagine you are drifting gently into this subterranean realm, where the constant drip of water on stone sings a melody composed over millennia. Each drop has traveled long and far, from raindrops once kissing leaves high above, to trickling quietly through soil once warmed by the sun. Together, they have formed this vast, unseen network, where patience and persistence create paths of strength and stability. Listen closely. Do you hear the aquifer's voice? It's a song of water's journey, a tale of how every stream originates, how rivers are born invisibly, cradled in the earth's embrace. This living library of liquid is the caretaker of stories, collecting whispers from root to rock and carrying them through the folds of time. You feel the presence of ancient flows beneath you, surging through layers of history, carving open the past with gentle erosions, painting landscapes from below. The bedding planes, composed of interwoven sediments and time, offer safe passage. Mineral-rich water brushes against limestone and sandstone, creating veins of clarity amidst the solid tapestry. With each slow, careful stroke, a masterpiece of hydrology is painted, invisible to all but the thoughtful listener. These aquifers pulse like the calmest heartbeat, a rhythm that rocks you into a quiet understanding. You are gently cradled by the earth as you breathe in harmony with its deepest layers. What secrets reside in this darkness that seems so full of light to your inner eye? Your pulse slows, aligning with the aquifer's eternal tempo. This dance of liquid sustenance is both delicate and vital, a reminder of life's gentle tenacity. In this place of shadowed tranquility, the concept of time begins to blur. The cycle of water, from sky to river to aquifer, plays softly, a quiet monument to nature's persistence, a gentle teacher of patience. You are a part of this cycle, cradled by its ancient lullaby. Can you feel your own roots tethering to the whispering waters beneath? The subterranean rivers stretch on, threading through bedrock with determined grace, each current weaving an unending story of essence and endurance. You are intertwined with this quiet pulse, and you wonder, as you drift in this aquifer's lull, what other secrets lie in the vastness below. As you rest in this embrace, feeling the aquifer's lullaby guide your thoughts, your mind drifts to another question. Just beyond the edge of conscious thought, where will the waters take you next? As the melody gently fades, you feel the pull of another mystery waiting to unfold. A journey yet to be discovered, whispered softly on the horizon of your dreams. Chapter 14. Sunlight through the canyon's veil. Golden rays pour through the towering canyon, casting a delicate illumination as the sun begins its ascent. Shadows weave their own tapestry, a dance upon the weathered stones, reflecting stories etched by the eons. You are enveloped by the gentle warmth that traces the ancient path, revealing the narratives encrypted in time's embrace. In this gentle light, the history of the earth unfurls softly, inviting you to listen to a tale told by stone and sun. As the first light of dawn touches the canyon, it is as if the world itself is yawning awake. You stand at the heart of this grand cathedral of nature, where golden beams become columns of light that rise majestically into the sky. These rays spill in, warm and serene, turning the cool stone walls of the canyon into a mosaic of colors. Ochre, pale yellow, and even whispers of purple and orange emerge as the sun leans generously into the day. Each hue is like a word in an ancient language, echoing the slow passage of geological time. With each moment, the shadows retreat and advance, weaving themselves around the formations like dancers, their movements unseen but not unfelt. They glide over rocky surfaces, shaping and reshaping the land's character with each passing second. It is this interplay of light and shadow that sketches the canyon's secrets onto its rugged face, a gentle reminder of how time, light, and nature are in constant conversation. As you move through this sun-dappled realm, the warmth seeks you out, two old friends reconvening after darkness. It is a warmth that feels like a soft whisper, waking up memories ingrained in the stone, telling tales of times when the earth was new. This tender touch brings to life textures usually invisible in the night, highlighting veins in the rock like the lines on a wise hand diversifying with age. Each crack tells of water's persistent flow, of sudden torrents and the gentle smoothing that follows. The canyon walls hold histories beyond written words, ancient lakes that breathed life into the land. The slow grind of tectonic plates shifting like great sheets of ice brushing past each other. The sun's light shows, and yet mysteriously hides, these chronicles with its delicate touch, urging you to consider what lies both revealed and concealed. Every step you take resonates through the canyon, a slow, deliberate pace for absorbing its stories and musings presented anew each morning. The ground below is a variegated path, grained with the evidence of ages, as though the earth itself is inviting you to trace the grooves of its journey, a kinesthetic exploration of its history. Above, a hint of azure sky teases the edges of the high canyon wall, the light brightening with every passing moment. Where stone meets sky, the distant outline of majestic formations resembles grandiose sculptures, calling attention to the artistic force of nature's chisel. In the calm morning air, you feel the timeless energy of their presence, how they rose from the bedrock beneath your feet, shaped by time, pressure, and inexhaustible patience. As the sun continues its slow rise, the warmth expands, wrapping itself around you like a blanket made of silk and memory. The layers of stone, stained by light, share a dialogue with your senses. Here, in the canyon, in this ethereal dawn, you ponder the shaping powers of weather, biology, and the infinitesimal particles that make up the universe. The morning glow brings more than just light. It uncovers the tender story of existence itself, the adaptation, resilience, and the delicate balances that have come and gone over countless centuries. In understanding, there lies more than knowledge. There is connection and an unspoken bond where you, the earth, and light become one. As you cast your eyes on the sunlit expanse, a question softly stirs in your mind. What deeper truths are yet to be unveiled in this luminous moment? As they drift in and out of focus, you turn to walk further into the canyon's embrace, welcoming the secrets that the later hours might unfold, with each heartbeat synchronizing to the rhythm of this magnificently illuminated narrative. Transitioning from light to shadow, you ready yourself for the explorations ahead, pondering gently. What other wonders does the world await to show with tomorrow's dawn? Chapter 15. At the Edge of Time. The horizon stretches across eons of ancient memory. You rest in the vast embrace of deep history. Each breath connects you to primordial rhythms below. The canyon's endless chapters swirl in your mind. Where will your dreams wander as the light fades? As you gaze outward, the edge of time unfurls before you, a silent tapestry woven with threads of sun and shadow. You stand at the precipice where moments melt into eternity, bathed in the soft glow of a universe cradling its secrets. This moment is not just now. It is all that ever was, captured in a gentle breath that whispers of stars long extinguished, yet still twinkling in the dark tapestry of night. Here, time is a river without banks, meandering through the heart of an ancient canyon. Each layer of rock stands like a sentinel of memory, whispering stories of shifting earth and silently seething oceans. You feel the coolness of time's passage between your fingers, like grains of sand that once saw the dawn of worlds now lost to oblivion's embrace. These rocks were born in the fires of creation, cooled by the tender touch of eons, to tell tales to those who linger long enough to listen. You are perched upon the edge of a cosmic narrative, where eras converge like the meeting of great rivers, a confluence of ages that carry you across the grand arc of history. With closed eyes, you sense the vibrations of slow tectonic waltzes beneath your feet, echoing the rhythm of ancient dances. A ballet of continents that once held each other close before spinning apart to scripts written by time itself. In this moment, your breath syncs with these profound rhythms, deep and eternal. Each inhale draws you into the memory of thriving forests and vanished seas, lost lands pulsating with vibrant life forms that left only echoes for the wind to mourn. You are breathing the very air that dinosaurs inhaled, filled with the faint, heady scent of ancient ferns and prehistoric rains. And with each exhale, you send forth your own spirit to mingle with the ages, lending your own story to the canyon's eternal scroll. You drift deeper into this vast panorama, where past and present hold hands. The sun, a languid artist, paints long shadows on warm rock walls, its farewell kisses igniting vibrant reds and introspective purples. In its descent, you find reflection, a mirror of your own journey of rise and setting, of paths taken and left behind. The light dances upon the stone canvas, pulsating with remembrance, urging you to ponder the paths your footsteps design as you traverse the map of your existence. As the light wanes, you find yourself cradled by the canyon's whispers, a nurturing hum that beckons contemplation of the eternal cycles cradling life with tender regularity. Where have you been, and where will your thoughts now wander? The world spins softly and begins its nightly sigh, as cosmos wraps a starlit shawl around day's slumbering shoulders. You too wrap yourself in the embrace of this cosmic lullaby, surrendering to its rhythm, carried by its melody into places long forgotten yet innately familiar. In this serene twilight, the canyon becomes all time and no time, a bravura of earthen colors and cosmic history that awaken wonder. The universe is vast, and yet it holds you close to its timeless heartbeat, inviting you to wonder at the stories yet to be written. the journeys yet envisioned? Do you sense the call of infinity beyond, where light does not fade but transforms? Gently, with awareness adrift on your growing sense of peace, you let your thoughts fall like autumn leaves to be cradled by the miles of stone. As each star kindles its own narrative in the sky above, a question begins to form, lightly touching the edges of your consciousness. Beyond the horizon of now, what else awaits in the vastness of what might yet be? Quietly, this thought drifts along with your soul through the encroaching dark, where starlit dreams whisper on the breeze, inviting you further still.